Hello again, fellow gears. What's up? It's Madicom bringing you another speedrun tutorial. This one is S.LegndMike's version of dual-sided Foundation. We go in here with the typical setup of 1 scout, 1 sniper, 1 engineer, and 2 siphon soldiers. Just a heads up for you, this is a very sweaty run, especially for the scout. He's going to do a lot of running, and it's very sweaty to set up, so early beatdowns are key. And because this is a patched map, there are 0 required stationary spots. Yes, everyone is a free floater. While this holds up, I just, as usual, need to give a shout out to all my buddies who helped me run this to get this video footage, which would be Slaughter00, Jaded Zombie, Bullet and Blue Sky, Grizzled Hulk, Lolly Force, Big in the Game, Morse, Pro Hitman 1942, Dr. Schwazi, Loki71K2, Killer P727, Flirty Pink, Gravity Sin, Quiet Non, APG Sausage, and J Money. Thank you all very, very much. Alright, so the soldier on this side is going to plant this versus spawn. It's the lighter of the 2 spawns, so you just need a few grenades in here. And this welding is the bigger spawn, where they're going to all spawn at. And you want to grenade there every wave, because that is an active spawn point. And then you can just plant the rest of your grenades throughout here. Walls or floors are fine, does not matter. You can keep a grenade down that ramp. Now, there is this corner spawn here, but this is easy to shut down. Basically, if you see that metal beam sticking out, you just get a fortification, back up to where you're touching the beam, put it down, and that will block that spawn. We start with a sentry first, and then when we have the money available, we replace it with the weapons locker and move the sentry to the spawn. Alright, and that covers this side. And again, grenade on these ramps. Same thing over here in the fountain. Early on, you will get a few stragglers that will come down here through the piston room. You go through the middle and try to ambush you, so heads up. Soldier on this spot side is going to plant the fountain area as the heavier spawn. Just plant your grenades through here accordingly. Walls or floors, no problem. And this is also an active spawn each wave right here, so you just want to make sure you have a grenade right there every wave. Also, we'll plant the versus spawn here, the lighter spawn, and that's where they'll spawn at, and you'll just plant your nades through here accordingly. And this side has the exact same corner spawn through here. Simple to shut down. Again, there's the metal beam sticking out, and you just back up against the beam, drop your fortification, and you're good. Now, when I engineer this, what I do to set up is I will build 2 sentries and a barrier on this side, and then I will mirror it to 2 sentries and a barrier on that side, and then I will add a 3rd and 4th sentry on each side before I move up. Once we're level 2, I will push the sentries in closer to the spawn, here and there. And I also, as an engineer, bring salvage for the soldiers because they do have a very large planning area to cover. Now, this is a great spot for the soldier to be, to shoot into the spawn. Again, there's 0 required stationary spots, so you can be here, or the scout can be here. Either way, they both work well. As far as the boss goes, if you pull a Kestrel, he will usually spawn up here. Carrier Snatcher Swalmac, we push to spawn here. We just line up a decoy accordingly, and again, everybody being free floaters, we all come over here and fight and compete to kill the boss, which is always a lot of fun. But to ensure the boss does push there correctly, you will need 1 grenade or fortification right here in between this corner tile and rope, right there. I will go ahead now and show you the Fabricator Location. And this is not a terribly picky fabricator. You just want to get it on the top stair here, center it in between these 2 pillars. And it's slightly off, so I'm just going to adjust it there. And with that, that is the basic setup for the dual-sided Foundation speedrun, and I got advanced tutorial footage coming up. Here is a map overview of the spawn. Another map overview for you. another map overview. Here is one more map overview for you. And here's a clip on how to place the fortification to block the corner spawn on the welding side. Again, we start out with a sentry here, and then once we have enough, we replace it with a locker and move the sentry up to shoot at the spawn. Here's a quick clip on the fortification placement to block the corner spawn here on the right fountain side. And here's an engineering setup overview of what I do when I engineer this. We have 3 sentries here shooting into the fountain spawn, and then 2 sentries here shooting into the versus spawn. Barrier on each one will spawn points, and what you're going to notice as I go through the piston room here is there is a level 3 barrier. The reason why we take that to level 3 is it stops the sentinels and guardians from flying down and getting out, as well as any straggler enemy spawn that might get through level 2 barrier, of course. And engineering it, you can see it's pretty simple. You have plenty of time to repair the one side and get to the other side before the wave begins, and because there are no stationary spots, there's no pressure to have to get back to a spot to engineer it. And this is the engineering setup on the left side. It's exactly mirrored to the other side that you just watched. 2 sentries and a barrier here at the versus spawn, 3 sentries and a barrier shooting into this welding spawn. There's the locker there, of course, and level 3 barrier again going down into the piston room to stop the flyers from getting out. And as I always will say, you know, play with this, have some fun with the setup, make it yours, and definitely make it better. And here's some boss waves for you, and if you've seen my tutorials, you know that I love Boy the Kestrel. He is my favorite boss to fight. I look forward to each and every fight with him. Definitely, always fun stuff. Another boss wave for you. One more boss wave here for you. And one thing I want to say is anyone that's not too familiar with the drop shot or is on the fence on whether or not they should learn it, I can tell you it is such an amazing weapon. Please, I cannot encourage you enough, learn the drop shot. It's amazing. But with that, that is the Foundation dual-sided speedrun tutorial. It is a sweaty run, but definitely a lot of fun. Enjoy it, everybody. Thank you.